Nathan, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
Tell us a little bit about what you're doing here.
Yeah, so I am representing Vern Bioanalytics. I am the CEO and co-founder. We are trying to talk about how to maximize your cannabis growing potential with genetic and pathogen testing. There are lots and lots of tools that are available to look at the DNA and RNA of your plant or other characteristics. So that way you can try to eliminate the guesswork is what we're trying to help with.
Very cool.
There's lots to be learned, but
how did you get into this?
I got into this because one of my co-founders is a lawyer in Massachusetts, and they were given feminized seeds that weren't feminized, and so a lot of them went bankrupt because of it. And so we thought, hey, we can help bring tools to. There's no guesswork. We don't need to wait 2-3 months before we can see things. We can know at day 3 what you have instantly.
It's almost like
understanding the blueprint of life.
The sex of your baby.
That's exactly the exact same concept.
Okay, so that's the same concept.
Exact same concept.
You can get it so we can start to even understand male plants,
male plants, female plants.
What's it going to yield?
Can it make THC? Are there enzymes involved that can actually make that happen? DNA is the blueprint for life.
Yeah.
So if it's not there, it's not going to happen. So.
And what were you talking about? You were talking about your work in your company?
Yeah, so I was given the task of talking about plant genetics, which if anybody's familiar with genetics, that can be talked about for years. And so we kind of had to distill it down to 40 minutes of what is genetics, doing a little bit of education to explain what that concept is, how can you use that to help your grow, and then what tools are currently available as well as in the production of being available.
So give me like a 2-minute version of your presentation. So what is genetics? Why is it important for us in this industry?
Yeah.
And how can we help?
Sure. So genetics. So in the cannabis community, the term genetics means something different to a scientist like myself. So genetics actually refers to DNA holding the blueprint of an organism, and it's also inherited, which means both those things are super important, because that tells you the inheritance of that trait that you can then watch generation to generation. Just like your mom and dad, you look similar to them because you share DNA with them. Same thing with your cannabis plants. The challenge with that is that cannabis are 15 times more variable than people are. And so there's a lot of complexity, a lot of nuances that are going on there that requires lots of deep research. And so part of the things is I was trying to advocate more of my fellow scientists to come join us in terms of researching this, because there's lots and lots to discover, and why wait years to help somebody when you can find out right now what's some medicine for somebody.
Very exciting work. I think the fact that we're looking at this from a scientific way now, genetics, it's just really mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Amazing. What do you think of the show so far?
I think this is a fantastic show. My thought from day one has been this is history in the works. While there is lots of things going on with a new Congress, a new conference, a new industry, it's exciting just the conversations that we are having with different people here. I can't wait to see how this unfolds over time. I think Costa Rica is going to be one of the powerhouses in cannabis, because the type of minerals, the type of ecology here in Costa Rica is extremely unique. There's a reason why 6% of the biodiversity in the world is here in Costa Rica. That's going to correlate to how the plants are. There's going to be cannabis plants here that don't exist anywhere in the world, is my guess. There's going to be taste, there's going to be flavors that are not going to exist in the United States or anywhere else, because you don't have the environment. Its nutrients go in, depends on what the plant can do. If you don't have those nutrients, yep, there's a reason for that blue zones. And there's a reason why that variety is here. Lots of things live here. Cannabis is going to be no different.
Very cool. And if people wanted to learn more about some of the work that you're doing in your company, how can they find out about
Sure.
that?
So they can go to Vern Bioanalytics. So a lot of the testing that I refer to, like say gender testing, pathogen testing, we distilled it down to what we call is the eye test that allows anybody to run it. You don't need a lab to actually run it. You can run it in your home. And so just go to vernbioanalytics.com, and that's Vern Bioanalytics, as in Jules Verne. Just look up my name, Nathan Johnson, and we can talk more, reach out.
Amazing.
Always love talking to people.
It was a real pleasure, man. Thanks so much for spending some time.
My pleasure.
All right, awesome.
Thank you.